you guys, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Journey Podcast, where I am your host, Kiara. Guys, we made it to 1 month. I'm so excited about that, y'all. I didn't think that we were going to make it that far, because of my severe nervousness. And as you guys can see, I am a little more comfortable. So the counter is definitely gone down. A friend of mine, Mindy, was asked me when I posted. She was like, "How's your counter going?" And it was so funny because that is something that I pay attention to so much. Nobody else was saying anything about it. So when she said something, I was laughing so hard. It was so funny to me because I'm doing better and I'm so proud of myself. And so I really just haven't really been even paying it attention for real because I have just been doing better. And so I'm grateful for that. And so, yeah, I'm grateful that we've made it this far. And thank you guys so much because without you guys, would definitely have not been possible. You guys just engaging with me, sharing the things that I've said, and sharing how each episode has resonated with you in your personal life. All of that has definitely been the reason why I just continue to keep showing up. So, thank you again for coming on this journey with me and being a part of it, and growing with me. So, yes, there's that. And then we can just jump into the announcements. For those that are new, this is news you can use. And for those that have already been here before, this is just a refresher with one new update. First things first, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the be a guest option. A lot of people week to week they talk about how their reservations about coming on the show, and so and how nervous they are and how they're not sure what they would like to talk about. So just wanted to touch a little on that really quick. Um, if you'd like to be a guest and you're nervous about like being on video, I want you to know first that this is not a live video. So it's pre-recorded. Normally I record on Thursdays. Sometimes I cut it a little close. I'm gonna give y'all the backstory on this week's episode in just a second. And when I recorded this week's episode, and so you get to see the video prior to it being posted. So if you don't like it, or if you feel like, I messed up something, or I don't like the way I answered that, or I don't like the way I looked in that, whatever the case may be, um, we can work on that prior to it being posted. So if that's a reservation, also if you want to be a guest and you just don't want nobody to see who you are or know who you are for whatever reason, there's a virtual option where you don't have to have your camera on, and we can put your name as Bob if you'd like, or Bobisha, whatever one. Whatever one works for you, or we can put your name for as whatever you'd like for it to be. It doesn't have to be like your government name. Also, I can get you a mask. Just let me know. Just let me know how you want to do it, what you need to do, and just if you communication is so important. You just let me know what you need from me, and I can help you. So yeah, if you want to be a guest, as usual, you can go on the website and click the link that says "Be a Guest." That does send an email that I will get back to you before the end of the day. If you'd like a faster response, then you can text the hotline at 770-802-1200. Just text "Be a Guest" and let me know who you are, of course, and then we can text and set something up for us to be able to set up when and where, and what we're going to talk about. Um, Also, what else was I going to say? Also, for so about what you want to talk about. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't know what I want to talk about." So I encourage you to do like how I do. Whatever journey is most relevant to me in my day to day, that just kind of something that I'm currently dealing with. I usually just talk about that. So you don't have to be like, "Oh, I want to think about a time in my childhood." You don't have to talk about that. You don't have to. Just something that's relevant. If you're currently like going, say you just found out you were pregnant, or you found out that your wife or girlfriend is pregnant, and that's something that you want to talk about. That is a journey that you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Whatever it is that is going on in life, whatever is new for you, whatever is something you just been through and you feel like you overcame or you grew or whatever the case may be, whatever you'd like to talk about, we can talk about it. And so like I said, just pick something that's relevant to you, and something that you know that you're clear on, and like you don't want to be like, oh, I don't remember. You want to know what you're talking about, and you want to remember. So whatever resonates with you and you feel like it might be helpful for someone else to hear about whatever it is that you have to talk about. You never know. Like I said, you never know what somebody else might need to hear. So yeah, I hope that helps. Like I said, either the hotline or the website. Um Next thing, as far as announcements go, we had one person reach out about a platform where they already are currently listening to podcast. They have like a whole lineup of podcasts that they've already been tuned into, and they just want to add the Journey podcast to their lineup. And so I am working on that. You know who you are. I'm one of my good and faithful listeners that I talk to all the time. I'm working on that right now, and we should be available in there by the middle of this week that we are going into. So look forward to that. The previous episodes are going to also be on there. So if you want to just kind of, go back through them if you'd like, then you can. If not, then you can just move forward with next week's episode. But just make sure you put us on your favorites so that you do get that notification when I upload, and that you're just in the loop. And so, if that leads me to say, if you're new and there is a platform that we're not already currently on, which the platforms that we're on already are Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. If I didn't name something that you're currently listening to, a platform that you're already listening on, just let me know. Reach out with the Be a Guest link or hotline, and I'll do what it takes to see. I'll see what it takes to get us on there so that you can add us to your favorites. Also, that the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is, guys, go on the website, thejourneypodcast.life. Go on the website. I just started blogging on the website, where in the middle of the week on Wednesdays, I will be sharing whatever is on my heart to share, just as a midweek pick me up, or to kind of hold you guys off until Sunday, until I get on and share whatever is next and new. And so that's it as far as the announcements go, and that just leads us into this week's episode. Um, Guys, I have so I want to be transparent. I want to let you guys know that it was really hard for me to show up this week. Not anything. It was based on a conversation that I had this week. The podcast has actually been extremely therapeutic for me, and it's also opened up some doors for me. So I have been so busy. I have been so busy. I'm so grateful for the opportunities that have presented themselves, just based off of me getting up on here and showing up. And so it was so crazy, the fact that I even thought about not showing up, when showing up is what got me where I am right now. And so what got me the opportunities that I have right now. And so here I was talking on the phone to a friend, and this is why it's so good to have healthy relationships. Healthy connections are important, guys. So I'm on the phone with a friend, and I was sharing. I was like, man, I'm kind of tired. I gotta call you back. And it was like, why are you tired? You work 3 days a week. What you tired for? And so here I was. I was tired, y'all. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I like to get up before my kids get up, and just kind of mentally prepare for my day, because once my kids get up, Like, you gotta be for real once they get up. You can't is no you can't you can't play. And once they get up, yeah, it gets real, okay? So I like to mentally prepare for my day. So I get up around like 5 in the morning, and I just kind of mentally prepare for my day. And so that's really why I was tired. Because all the things that I've been doing are things that I actually enjoy doing, but I've been busier than, I just haven't had time to just sit on the phone and just like, just be having little random conversations. Girl, I gotta take me a nap because I be busy. But for the opportunities, I'm so grateful. So I said that, and the response was like, "Well, why are you tired? Like, you only work 3 days." And I was like, "Well, I've been doing so much. Like, I've been doing so much preparing for the podcast, and all of the opportunities that have come from the podcast, and so." I was tired. And so the response was, "You don't think you're taking on too much too fast? At the same time, like, you don't think that you got too much on your plate right now?" And so I was like, "Hold on now, cuz I value that person's opinion." So I was like, "Oh, you know what? You might be right." And I kind of wanted to be like discouraged. I was like, "You know what? Preparing for the podcast is a lot. And so maybe I should just take a week and just like not, get on or whatever." And so I've been going to the beach in the morning to catch the sunrise. So like getting up at 5 and just kind of being to the beach. The beach is not far from the house, so it took me like 7 minutes to get there. And so by 6, outside at the beach. Hey, Miss Sun, Mr. Golden Sun. And so I'm there and I'm replaying the conversation that I had on the phone in my head, and I'm there by myself. I do not take the kids with me in the morning before. Yeah, no. And so I go there to just kind of just think about how good God is, and think about what I'm going to talk about, and or whatever the case may be, or think about whatever it is on my heart or on my mind or whatever I need to do. And so my thoughts were, do I have too much on my plate? Am I taking on too much in this journey? Should I just like take should I just take what I've gotten from it, and just kind of just, call it that, and just be grateful for just that? And so I'm thinking about my plate, and if my plate is too full. And so as I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about the plate, like, okay. And I heard in my spirit, "Plate, I'm preparing the table. The plate is only an accessory on the table. How do you mean too much on your plate? This is the thing. These are the things that you prayed for. These are the things that you've been believing God for. How do you mean? You are ready for this. You've been handling it beautifully." And so this is not the first week that I've been doing all of the things that I've been doing. I've been doing it for like 2 weeks now. No, like 3 weeks now. And so, you know, in the past like month or so, they've been cutting my hours at work. So I haven't been working like my 9 to 5 as much. And I just been working my gifts. My gifts my gifts have been making room for me. And so I've been so grateful, and I wasn't thinking about that until it was mentioned to me, like, "Do you think you have too much on your plate?" That question was asked. And so I was, it made me take a step back, because like I said, I value the people that I talk to on the phone. I value their opinions. I value everything that they say. I value their thoughts or whatever. And so I've been thriving, since I started doing everything that I've been doing. And I've been happy. I've had more energy than normal. But like I said, I've been waking up earlier just to prepare for the day, prior to like normally having to. Like, so when I didn't have anything to do on the days that I'm off, then I don't gotta get up and do nothing. So, I just make sure the kids got breakfast and stuff like that. But other than that, I really wasn't having to do anything prior to taking on the opportunities that I've taken on so recently. And so as I've been so grateful for them, I didn't have time to think about the play. I just been saying, thank you, Jesus, thank you, God, thank you for that, thank you. And so I was so grateful. And then I sat there and I sat in I sat in my thoughts and I said, oh man, maybe I did take on too much. But I wasn't it's okay to be tired sometimes. Like I wasn't thinking about the fact that okay, here you do get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So like why would you not be tired at 2 p.m., you know? And so like I said, it almost discouraged me from showing up this week. And so here I am. Um I normally would have recorded this week's video a couple of days ago and just spent today, Sunday, actually editing. But it is actually Sunday and it's like after 3 o'clock right now. So, so this episode is going to be out in just a few hours. And here I am just recording because I kind of was like, oh, I don't want to be taking on too much. Um, and so what pushed me and this is a perfect episode for our 1 month anniversary, y'all. Y'all don't charge it to my heart that I thought about not showing up, because at the end of the day, um I've been getting right before I started recording, a little bit earlier. My cousin messaged me on Instagram. Was like, I can't wait for this week's episode. I look forward to the episodes. And then yesterday, another one of my cousins, she was like, I look forward to the episodes. Another friend of mine shared with me like, oh, the podcast is just so amazing, and so how could I not show up? How could I not show up when one of the things that fulfills me the most is knowing that I not only helped myself, but I helped someone else. And so y'all, I apologize for thinking about not showing up. But I'm grateful that you guys continue to push me and you guys continue to share the things that I share, and you guys continue to just take this journey on with me. You guys have been so encouraging. I can't say enough. And it wasn't and what was so good is, like I said, it's so important to have healthy connections, because I was able to talk to the person that asked me, am I taking on too much too fast, or do I have too much on my plate? And I was able to let them know like what that simple conversation meant to me, and how it affected me. And they were so apologetic. And when people value relationships with you, they're able to receive feedback without like being offended or having feeling they need to defend themselves, because that person could have easily said, oh, you too sensitive, or like ain't no way you thought that, or like could have said something negative. But instead the response was, I really do apologize, that was not my intentions at all. And when people value relationships with you, they're reassuring versus defensive and aggressive, and just like, and so I'm so grateful that I was able to have that conversation where I was able to give them the feedback and let them know, hey, this is what that meant to me. And they were glad that I value their opinion. And at the same time, they were like, no, I love that you show up. I love that you're taking on the things that you're taking on. I'm grateful that you are receiving the things that you've been praying for. And so I was so happy about that, and just being able to have that conversation, because it was healthy. And so um I also took that as an opportunity to, like my therapist always encourages me to tell people how they make you feel. Because sometimes it's not intentional that that whatever it is that they said, for it to do what it did to you. They don't, sometimes they didn't mean to say. So if you find yourself unable to let people know how you feel because you feel like it may trigger them in some way that's negatively. Maybe that's if it does, if they are negatively affected by you giving them feedback or letting them know like how their actions or how their words resonated with you. Well, not resonated. Why I'm saying that, I just be saying stuff sometimes, y'all. How whatever it is that their actions or their words did to you in that moment, and if you're afraid that they're gonna be offended by it and they're not going to they don't value your relationship enough to not be offended by it, maybe you need to reevaluate the people that you value, because people that value you, when you express to them how you feel, and or how they're making you feel, or how how their actions are making you feel, and they can be apologetic and they can reassure you and change behaviors or change the things that they say to you, then you know that that's a healthy connection. And so this is so crazy because I was actually talking to my best friend about something similar to this, like how it's important to be able to express to people, even new people in your life. When people are new in your life, you do have to teach them how to handle you. You have to teach them how to um you have to teach them how to be a friend to you, or be like, hey, I didn't like that. And and if they value the relationship, whatever the aspect of it, whatever type of relationship it is, it doesn't matter what type of relationship. It doesn't matter if it's your mom or your dad or your cousin, anybody. Say, hey, I didn't like what you said earlier, or what you said earlier made me feel like this, or what you did earlier made me feel like this, or you not doing this, you not doing what I asked, makes me feel like you don't value me, or whatever the case may be. And so, healthy connections is so important, because that reassurance that I got from the person that I was talking to definitely helped me to regain my footing, and not want to have cold feet, and not feel discouraged, or not feel like, oh man, maybe I am taking on too much. I'm taking on the things that God has for me. And like I said, um plate no, the table is being prepared, and in this time, it's time. It's time. God has been so good to my family and I, guys. I can't say that enough. And because you guys have been on this journey with me, I am going to get to a point where I am going to share all the things with you. Um, but I don't want to share things prematurely. And so I pray that you guys are around to just witness how good God has been to me. And I pray that that you guys share with me how good God has been to you after like we just continue on this journey, as we continue on this journey. And so I pray that it just keeps getting better and better. Um and that we just keep growing the way we've been growing. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Like, I know I say that every week, but you guys don't know. And because you don't know, I'm going to stop saying that, but I am going to share it with you. And I just look forward to you guys having something to share back with me. And so this week, I want you to let me know a time where you didn't want to show up. Whether no matter what it is, where you got discouraged. So maybe you took a test and you failed the test, and it's something that you really wanted to do, but you took the opportunity to do it again, and you took what they labeled as a failure as an opportunity to grow, as an opportunity to learn. And so as an opportunity to be still and hear from God and try it again. um like, even in my family, guys, um like I said, I wanted to. I got so many things to say. It's like I feel like I'm all over the place. Even though I have notes, I'm still all over the place. Like with myself, I beat myself up so bad about wanting to start this podcast in 2020 and not starting it, and then finding out I've always wanted to name it the Journey Podcast, and finding out that someone else has a podcast named the same exact thing, and they started exactly when I wanted to start, and I was like, oh man, they're ahead of me, and so, and so, um, if I had started in 2020, the opportunities, that have presented themselves, excuse me, recently, I probably wouldn't have. Well, I definitely would probably wouldn't have gotten, because some of the people, that have presented these opportunities I didn't know in 2020. So here I am starting in 2025, and I'm beating myself up about not doing it 5 years ago. And the opportunities, like I said, like I didn't know these people, so divine timing. I definitely believe in that. Um, so maybe you did get a no at first, or maybe you did not try at first. But when the timing is right, you'll have the things. You'll have all the things that your heart desires, and don't rush the process. Trust the process, because just when you think, um, just when you think is the focus is the plate, um, the focus is gonna be the table, and so um, allow God to prepare the table before you, and be grateful in that, and it's okay for it to be your time. It's okay for it to be your season. It's okay for you to have the things that your heart desires. And so I just pray that we all continue to grow, and just and to just be who God has called us to be, for real. Cause yeah, like this week's episode is so non-traditional. I promise next week's episode is going to be traditional. But guys, I hope that this me being transparent and sharing with you what my week has looked like, and what my reservations were this week, and how I almost got cold feet, guys. Thank y'all for warming me up, and just kind of keep pushing me. I just need y'all to keep pushing me, cuz I love showing up. I do love showing up. I love showing up. This is actually one of my favorite things to do, every week, is record. And sometimes I'm laughing because while I'm recording, um everybody is in their rooms, even the dog. And so they know when it's time for me to record, that it's time to be quiet. So my family has even adjusted to this. And so I am going to continue on. I'm going to keep going. Um, we are 1 month in. I look forward to so many more months with you guys. Um, like I said, just keep sharing with me, how these episodes resonate with you. I'll keep sharing with you guys, like what's going on with me, what's new with me, and as we continue on this journey, and as things are more set in stone, I am going to share with you all of the things that have happened since I started, and so yeah, guys. Yeah, guys. I love y'all so much. I really do. I can't say that enough. And so I'm just a girl with a little microphone off of Amazon and my headphones and my little on ear signs, just sitting in my living room, just wanting to grow with y'all, just wanting to heal with y'all, and just do all the things with you guys. Um, Keep watching. So much more is in store. Like I said, it's coming soon. I cannot wait to share. Um, how good God has been to me. And I hope that you guys are open to doing the same and just sharing that with me, whether it's just a one on one, or if you guys are on the podcast in my living room. Y'all probably not gonna come in my living room. We'll probably record somewhere else. But yeah, you know how. But yeah, I love y'all so much. I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. I know this episode this week was a little untraditional, but I pray that someone receives something from it. And like I said, share with me a time where you might have thought about not showing up. Um, but what showing up continued to do, what continuing to show up did for you. Um, and yeah, like I said, love you guys so much. And y'all have the best week. Look forward to that blog post on the website again at thejourneypodcast.life. And yeah, reach out if you'd like to reach out. I'm so open to chatting with you guys, whether it be on Instagram or whether it be on YouTube. Or the through the website. So just let me know if you have anything that you'd like to share, or if there's any of the episodes that I've already posted that you guys just want me to kind of go a little deeper on. I already have what's next for next week, but you just never know. Sometimes things change, and we could just do what is necessary. And so I love y'all. Have the best week, and thank you for watching this week.